This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Yeah. Well, you're released during the beginning of the pandemic. Miro, at this point, were you happy to be out?
Oh, bro, I was so happy. I was so happy. I kind of lost it for 30 seconds because I said that before, like the whole pandemic thing was happening and we were just trying to fight for some kind of a rights, you know, because it's not right that we have to fly every week to TV and all these circumstances without nobody caring. I just didn't think it was right. And we were in a little group text that I got leaked out to the office. Somebody leaked that they were doing this. It's not even a plot. We were just talking among us. How can we bring that to the office? It got leaked out that we were on it. And I think a few days later I was released. But I lost it for a little bit because I was more concerned about, you know, the healthy protocol, the health and safety protocol. But I got released, but I was so happy, man, because I knew right away that I'm going to go and do what I know what I can do. I never had any doubts how good I am. And if your company doesn't appreciate me, I'm going to go find a different company that does.
How do you get in contact with AEW and debut as Kip Sabian's best man for his wedding?
So at this point, you know, with the pandemic, you know, that I got managers, you know, who do a lot of professional wrestling signings and stuff like that. So they got in contact with Tony to see if he has any interest. No, for the first 3 months, what I did, I just did Twitch because I couldn't wrestle for the 3 months because all WWE contracts are 3 months at a time.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
3 months at a time. Right. So the whole 3 month release is not because they're giving you 3 months free. It's just because your contract is 3 months at a time. They get renewed every 3 months. While in AEW, we have sure contracts. I signed a 4-year contract that is guaranteed for 4 years. So yeah, I did Twitch for the first 3 months. The first 3 months, I was just doing some twitching. Then we got in contact with Tony. He showed interest. We talked about spots, you know, where can I come in? He had this vision about Kip. And, you know, because I think, well, Tony knew who I was from WWE and what I've done. But I think he saw the last 3 months that I was twitching. So, you know, doing the Twitch stuff and gaming. So I think what his character idea for Miro came is from the twitching Miro. So that's why me and Kip started doing the thing. But then I had fun. The arcade match was absolute blast, you know, throwing arcades and beating people around. And it was an absolute blast. But then it just came to a time that it's time to move on because I just thought that this once again is going to limit my, my growth. So, we did the Kip thing. I beat him up, made him punish him, and then I became the Redeemer, man. Because once again I was looking for things, and I've always been a man who loves God. I trust God. I love him with all my heart. And now let's incorporate that in some shape or form into wrestling, and that's how the Redeemer was born.
Was it a welcome change to be Miro finally instead of Rusev?
Yeah, it was. My wife was like, why are you using your real name? Blah, blah, blah. They're not going to be able to make a difference. But I love my name. And my full name is Miroslav. But Miro is always like, you know, a shorter thing that everybody calls in Bulgaria. I love my name. I love using my name. I thought it was very easy for people to use. And why would I want to go and use a fake name where I can just use my real one? Absolutely, I love it.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. Do you really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, what is the difference between working in AEW and the WWE? What are the differences?
The big differences. First, the creative thing. You know, we're just gonna. There's no writers, right? We have only Tony who writes certain things. But on a day-to-day basis, you're pretty much in charge of your own writing. If you have a promo, yeah, Tony may have a suggestion. What do you say? But usually, it's going to be on you. Whatever you want to say. The matches, yeah, we have agents or producers or coaches, as we call them, but they're not going to be on every match, and they're not as hands-on, just like WWE is. It's not going to tell you, oh, they're going to dive in their last match, so you can't do dives before that. There's not going to be like, it's the control level. It's all about peer to peer. There's not going to be a middleman. There's not going to be a man on top that tells you what you can or you cannot do. Because I had times where Vince tell me, don't smile, don't look at the people, don't raise your hands, don't do this. Like these people, Tony Khan is not going to do this, man. He's a big wrestling fan and he wants to see good wrestling matches. And the styles, you can tell the style, if it's much different. If you watch WWE, it's kind of the same pattern, same matches, same storyline, same people. While in AEW, we're trying to be way different than that. Our matches are different. We have a lot more attitude era-ish. You know, not just with the blood and the stuff, it's just the more attitude to it. And it's more adult oriented, if you will.
Yeah, you guys have more freedom to do what you want to do.
Yeah, it's definitely the freedom. It's the biggest thing. It's the freedom. And also we don't travel 300 days on the road. We have one show a week, and sometimes two, sometimes three if you have pay-per-views or whatever, but those are only so often. So that's what I love the most, the opportunity of me resting my body, being home with my wife, going to work, doing my best, and then go home and rest again. And that's how business, and talking about, I think Tony was talking about off seasons as well and all that. He's just the way different thinking. It's not just the old carny thing, which I think a lot of wrestling promoters are just carny, like this old carny vibe. They're all trying to do is screw you over. Well, I don't think Tony's like that. I think Tony is a businessman first. He owns quite a few successful businesses and franchise, sports franchises, and that's how he operates it. And I'm all on board for it.
Mm. Well, you become TNT champion, defeating Darby Allin, and you adopt being God's favorite champion, the Redeemer. Is this your favorite character you've played at this point in pro wrestling?
Oh, absolutely, man. I love the Redeemer because it hits so close to home. And
part of you.
Yeah, it's just me, just who I am. It's I mean, it's not like I'm not Bulgarian or Russian. I do both. I love both. But I think it was a lot more, I don't know, it's just different, a lot more gimmicky it was back in then. Now it feels like a lot more real. I feel maybe I'm just better. Well, not maybe. I know I'm better now. I feel like it took me 10 or 12 years to finally get it. I think I'm way better now compared to WWE days. I think my work is better. My attitude is better. Everything is just better. And I think it just takes everything to click in together, because you can be one character, but if your work doesn't match that, it doesn't matter what the character is. It's like Kurt. If you just watch Kurt doing backstage funny stuff, you think that's a hell of a funny guy. But if you never see him in the ring, you don't know how much of an ass kicker he is, right? And that's why you have to support one with the other. If you're gonna be funny, you better bring that to support so people take you serious. So I feel like in WWE, I did that mistake while the Rusev Day thing, I kind of felt a little bit softer. And now finally in AEW, I'm able to pick up them meaningless back and just beat people up.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.